Hi everyone, I'm Rachel. I'm the founder of Love Stories TV, and I'm so excited to be here with Anne Chertoff. And tell everyone who you are and what you do.
So I am a royals expert and a wedding trends expert for WeddingWire.
Meghan's getting married in the UK, and we're going to talk more about that, but what you may not know is that Meghan actually wanted to get married at the Plaza, which is part of the reason we're here. So if you watch Suits, you may remember there's a scene where her character talks about wanting to get married at the Plaza, and we believe that was like her true intention, and that's what she really wanted, but that the Queen said no. So Anne's going to break that down for me and tell me like what's really going on, but in my mind, that's really what
she wanted to get married here.
I got us the Plaza Hotel on your birthday.
For our wedding.
Yeah.
What do we need to know about Harry and Meghan's wedding?
So the one big difference is that Prince William is going to be king.
Right.
Unless, God forbid, the entire, 5 people in front of him, something happened, Harry's not going to be king.
Right.
So while William had this grand, almost 2,000 people at Westminster Abbey with heads of state, Harry and Meghan are not. They, not that they're the regular Joe Schmoes getting married, they are still royalty, but it isn't this grand state affair. It's more on par with what Prince Edward did when he married Sophie at St. George's Chapel.
Right.
So you're looking at a large wedding. Obviously, most of us are not having, 800 people at our wedding.
There's going to be 800 people there.
Exactly. And they are friends and family, but also people that are involved in the charities that Prince Harry's involved with and the organizations that they both work with. But they're also trying to incorporate, members of the military that he worked with and members of the Windsor community that they work with. So they're trying to make it a very community organized wedding, but they're definitely, it's a very formal wedding, but it's not as grand as, let's say, Prince William and Kate Middleton's wedding.
Are there any special things you think Meghan might bring into her wedding that are a little bit unique or that you're seeing, throughout the wedding industry?
Well, I think the one thing is that not only is Meghan American, she's from California.
Right.
This is her second wedding. She's an older bride. Things that you do when, let's say, you're a little bit younger. And it's your first time. The second time you're going to do differently. So I think, her dress maybe is not going to be as grand as, let's say, Kate Middleton's dress or even the Queen's dress when she got married.
Sure.
I think we're going to look at something a little bit more relaxed, but because it's in a house of worship and about 25% of people in the United States as well as in the UK get married in a house of worship, there is going to be that level of formality. So, she might have her, cleavage covered, she might have her shoulders covered, she might not have long sleeves, she might have cap sleeves. So there is a little bit of formality with that. One of the things that I think is really interesting is their cake,
Yeah, I heard it's going to be a lemon cake.
Lemon elderflower cake, decorated with real flowers.
Talk to me more about the flowers.
The one thing is when you have flowers on a cake, you want to make sure that they're pesticide free, that no one's going to be poisoned by eating them.
These are good tips that
these
for your wedding too, guys. Even if you're not Meghan, you might want flowers on your cake.
Right, and I think that that's going to be a huge trend because when Prince William and Kate Middleton got married, they had everything was kind of iced and piped with marzipan and fondant and buttercream, and so it was all these different symbols that were important to them, whether it was the CW monogram with the crown or whether it was the lily of the valley. It was very much of like symbolism and iconography that really kind of meant something to them. So with this cake, it definitely sounds like it's going to be a lot more simpler with real flowers on it, which pretty much anybody can emulate. I mean, that's the one thing about their wedding, as well as, any wedding. I always say that royal weddings, they're just like every wedding. It's like
royals, they're just like us.
They're just like us. They had a discussion and they met with their baker. They found a baker they like. They went to a tasting. So I think that there's going to be some definitely trends that we're going to see more flowers on cakes.
What are some things that you saw come out of William and Kate's wedding that you think might be, sort of like sliding back and like maybe, some more predictions about what you think could come out of this wedding?
Well, the big thing about Prince William and Kate Middleton's wedding was her dress. I mean, sleeves are now huge.
Sleeves, right.
And, for a while it was long sleeves, but now it's sleeves of any length. You know, cap sleeves, short sleeves, midi sleeves, three-quarters all the way.
Sure.
You've even seen dresses where they're like this.
Yes.
Vera Wang did a bunch of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, that was huge.
Right.
The other thing we saw is Kate Middleton had 2 receptions. She had 2 different dresses. So we're seeing multiple dresses.
Right.
And sources have told me that Meghan has requested 3 dresses.
You guys, sources. She knows.
So,
read into that.
So, that's been a trend for a while, with women choosing 2 dresses for their reception, for their ceremony, the reception, and possibly a 3rd for the after party.
Right. Where do you think Meghan might be able to insert some American, or to your point, Californian, or maybe even like Canadian elements. Like, could it be in the menu? Like, where do you think she might be able to like sneak those in?
I think a lot of that's going to be in the menu.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to have locally made foods. You know, Prince William and Kate Middleton had food that was from Prince Charles' home and farm in Highgrove, so you might have that. You might have some food that was inspired from Canada or America. So we're waiting to see all those details. We're sure the menu will get snapped and sent to us, but we don't know what they'll be. You know, it could be that, you know, they want to do a nod to America and have a bourbon, you know, a bourbon bar, but that would be at the after party.
I like that idea. Right.
So it's going to be the
Not
ceremony.
at the breakfast, maybe.
Right. So it's going to be the ceremony, though they could serve California wine at the wedding breakfast.
Which feels like it would be very, like, it's funny to think about in this context. Like, that feels like it would be wild if there was, like, California wine at a royal British wedding, right?
Exactly, because it's
but, like,
obviously very British.
obviously.
Completely. And, you know, just like with any other couple, you know, they're going to want to have nods to both of their families.
I love that.
And that's what's important. So they're going to have the ceremony. They're going to have, you know, the processional of the carriage ride to Windsor Castle. Then they're going to have the wedding breakfast. Then that evening, they're going to have their more intimate, close family and friends reception. Yeah. And that's going to be a dinner, and then it's going to be dancing.
Like, what are you looking forward to, or what's something that you're like, I really don't know, that could go either way?
The cake is my favorite wedding detail. For a lot of reasons. It can, you know, besides that it can taste delicious and you can do anything on the inside, you can do anything on the outside. So visually it's fun, it's tasty, and you have that special moment. You know, we know that over just over 80% of people are doing the cake cutting ceremony. And the reason why is it's a traditional element that you have that photo in your album, in your parents' album, in your grandparents' album. So to me, that's just that really special moment. So I'm a huge cake person. I also want to see the dress. Because that is going to spark inspiration for years to come. I mean, we talk about, you know, Jackie Kennedy's dress. We talk about, you know, Grace Kelly's dress, Princess Diana's dress. We talk about these dresses. That's what brides want to emulate in a lot of places.
It's the most fun part.
It's so much fun. And so we're going to be seeing the influence of her dress for decades.
Now my favorite part of Love Stories TV and Chill is where we watch a wedding video and we discuss it. So this is pretty fun because we're watching a video that was at the Plaza, and we're with Anne, who literally knows everything. So this might be our best chill ever. So this is Annie and Chung by Rob Adams Films, which is pretty exciting because we are teaming up with Rob Adams for Depth of Field coming up. So I'm excited to watch his video, and let's get to it. That's amazing.
Very cinematic.
That's amazing drone snow.
Do you think
shot.
that's actually snow?
Well, Emily, the wedding planner at the Plaza, told me earlier that she once made it snow in the summer for someone at the Plaza because they wanted that at their wedding.
I love her earrings.
I love her earrings.
I've seen this. So that's the terrace room, which is amazing.
It's amazing.
A blessing to all who are gathered here.
I like a veil. I said earlier, I like when people wear a veil like it's a wedding, and I like it when people put it under a bun.
Yeah,
you know,
it's very pretty.
I think it's pretty.
But it also depends on, like, you know, if you're having a Jewish wedding and you need to have the blusher, then
you need to have your head covered. Yeah, exactly.
But that doesn't mean that after the ceremony you can't go back with your hairstylist and just change it, because
100%.
you can wear your veil for your cocktail hours. You may not want to wear it while you're dancing, but you can wear it while you're mingling or while you're eating.
And I think sometimes that's why people, like, they're fearful about, like, the logistics of it, so they don't wear one. And it's like, no, talk to your hairstylist. Like,
they'll make you work it. No, and that's why you have trials.
Exactly.
So 5 years, and growing up, she really was like my second mother.
So this must be the rehearsal dinner. I like toasts and speeches at the rehearsal dinner.
Yeah, you have
to. It's like my favorite.
Right, and that's where they belong, because, you know, you can't have like 10 5-minute speeches at the wedding.
You really can't.
But that's why, like, a toast should be short and sweet and simple and just a few minutes, and that's at the reception. But at the rehearsal dinner, you can take out the AV equipment, you know, you can do a roast,
100%.
you can go
have
on
a Toastmaster.
Yeah.
Which is something I feel like, I'm surprised the Toastmaster trend hasn't actually caught on more widely. I find it to be more on the East Coast. But I think it really makes, like, the rehearsal dinner fun, and people get to know each other, and then you can have all those speeches.
Yeah, definitely.
Red nails. That's a decision.
What's
Red
that?
lips and nails. Oh, she's writing her speech.
I have been the third
That's a different
wheel in
bride.
Annie and Chung's relationship.
Oh, she's the maid of honor.
She's the maid of honor.
Very confused. Very confused.
Dinners, trips to the south of France, walks on
Look,
the beach.
I know that dress.
Yeah, that's Bagley,
So
Michigan.
many
Oh, is that
events.
Bagley,
When
Michigan?
Chung
Yeah.
showed up in Monte Carlo to propose, I was honestly a little confused. Is it us?
This
Is it
proposal
her?
story is
Is it me?
crazy. We'll link in the video, obviously, so you guys can read the
Disappointed to
proposal,
see
but
one
it's
ring,
a really good one.
Yeah, he flew halfway around the world.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, those flowers.
And see, this I think is important for people to just see that, like, you know, there's so much involved. It's not like you're just paying for the flowers. You're paying
Oh my
for the
God.
setup of the flowers and all the people that are making the
100%.
flowers, you know, the contractors, the electricians, you know, everybody.
Totally. I love, I mean, as someone who's watched like thousands of wedding videos, like I love when you get those really behind the scenes shots, mostly because if you're a bride and you're like thinking about getting married at a venue, like to see those little moments is like really
Yeah.
helpful. So I love that.
No, I think it's super important for people to see, like, what goes into it, because otherwise, you know, my grandfather was like, why are you spending thousands of dollars on a cake? I could just get Betty Crocker at like $2.99. And I was like, no,
It's a piece of art.
Yes.
It's artwork.
Exactly. A white tie.
Good.
Yeah.
Very formal.
You guys look good.
Very formal. Make sure that you have someone with you who knows how to tie a bow tie. I can't even get into all of the
Yes.
last minute drama at
Oh my
weddings
God,
when
don't
no
wear a
one can do the
clip-on.
bow tie.
Marriage is the coming together of two lives and a celebration of the love of two people. The love that Annie and Chung
Everyone's getting
feel for one
involved.
another
Everyone's
is
making
the
their
flower
favors
and
and
seed
their
their
tags.
families planted in their hearts.
I like the
many
winter
years
elements.
No, it's beautiful. And the snow, if that's real, is really
I mean,
nice
that's
for
amazing.
pictures.
Oh, pretty.
You might.
I love gift or note exchanges like before a wedding. People always ask us like, what is your go-to recommended like gift that you tell people like to get for your groom on a wedding? People always ask us that.
No, the classic one is a watch.
A watch,
or
yeah.
cufflinks.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, unless you can find something that's like really meaningful and special,
Yeah.
a personal note, just a handwritten note,
Yeah.
is the most important thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
even
agree.
for like my birthday, I tell my husband, you don't have to get me a gift, just write me a birthday card, and that's all that I care about.
I love it.
But if you can find something that's meaningful, you know, it's very traditional to give her pearls or
Yep.
to give her jewelry, to
Yep.
give him a watch or cufflink.
Yeah.
That's, you know, that's the thing that's important.
I think it's really sweet.
All of its magnitude.
I mean, you definitely have a lot of great places to take photos at the Plaza.
Oh my god. I always joke, it's really funny, you see in these first look scenes, like,
And uncertainty.
the bride is like it's really hard to walk down the stairs in that wedding dress. Like,
No,
with
my
your
God,
heels
it
on.
heels.
But it
And
looks
those
so
are
good in the
marble
photos and the
stairs.
video, you know, so they do it that way. But it's like, you know she's like hanging on for dear life right now.
Yeah. She's actually walking down barefoot, and
Yeah.
then she's going to put her heels on right
yeah,
when they
exactly.
cut. Wow, the guests look beautiful.
Yeah, everybody is bland
Oh,
at this
yeah.
wedding.
He's very like Mr. Casual.
I know.
Waiting on the pole.
He looks
Like
nervous.
I'm waiting
though.
at the.
It's
He looks so
cute.
nervous.
Oh, he's wearing the watch
Yeah.
that she gave him. That's a great decision. Put it right on.
So cute. Look at that. Even the officiant's excited for that.
I know.
You can see he's like, yay!
Everyone's like, we're at the plaza. I feel
Yes.
like everyone's,
Like
we're happy for
everybody
you
RSVP'd
and we're
for that
happy to
wedding.
be here. Yeah. Some
Like,
kids
yeah.
there. That's fun.
No, the kids
Like-
at the weddings are always great.
I agree. I think
And they
it-
have more fun, you know, than most of the adults. They're on the dance floor all night. See, this is lovely how they were able to
I
do a tea
love-
ceremony and incorporate their cultures and their backgrounds.
I agree.
And that's what's really about weddings. It's about the marriage of the two families, you know, just about the couple. That's a your wedding dress.
Yeah.
I love
That's
that dress.
2 of 3. And to your point earlier about Meghan and Harry, I feel like we are all sort of talking so much about it being British and about it being royal, but like she's an equal part in the wedding too, and like I'm excited to see, you know, what she brings to it. And like we keep everyone's making jokes like, well, what, the Queen let her do that? But like, of course, it's their wedding. Like she's the bride. Like
Right, but it's very new for the British royal family to be okay with a lot of these
Oh,
things because
completely.
up until this generation, a lot of you weren't allowed to be at court if you were divorced. I
could
mean,
do-
the
yeah.
reason that Queen Elizabeth is on the throne is because her uncle wanted to marry an American divorcee, and the
Totally.
government was like, absolutely not. So King Edward abdicated, and that's how you got King George, and that's how you get Elizabeth and the rest of her family.
And if you're not watching The Crown, now is the perfect opportunity to go back and watch that.
Catch up
because
on your
it's
British history.
really good, and it will fill you in on what you need to know for
Yeah.
a wedding.
No, it's true because so many people are like, well, the Queen Mother. I'm like, the Queen Mother is
Yeah.
dead.
No.
That is
The Queen Mother is the
Elizabeth's
mother, yeah.
mother,
Yeah,
who
yeah,
was
yeah.
Queen Elizabeth until her husband, King George, died in the 50s. So I always see that in places, and I'm like, get your history right. Watch The Crown.
She's a queen who just happens to also be a mother.
Yes, she's the Queen's mother. Because they didn't want to minimize her role, even though she was no longer
yeah,
Queen.
completely. Oh, that's sweet. It's a little spin.
Yay. First dance is really special. It's really nice. You know, you don't have to do a whole choreographed dance in a lot of
but I
things.
think just to do
But to
it
have
is
something
nice.
more than just like the holding and sway from the 7th grade,
I think it's
think
really
that's nice. It's beautiful.
Annie and
Oh, that's
Chung, your wedding is beautiful.
Yay.
Rock
Mazel tov.
Thank you so much for coming on Love Stories TV and Chill with me.
This was so much fun.
It's real. We do this. We watch wedding videos and we talk about them. It's pretty
Oh
fun.
my God, that's my job.
I know. Come back again.
I'd love to.
So we are doing so many fun things together for the royal wedding, and we'll give you all the deets below. But there are going to be celebrations all weekend long at the Plaza.
Yes.
It's going to be pretty amazing. And tell us more if people need more help planning their wedding or more advice from you. Where should people go? What should they do?
WeddingWire.com. We have tons and tons of stories on how to plan your wedding. We have great free tools to help you with your budget and your guest list and all the other great things that come along with planning a wedding.
Amazing. So that's it, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.